Hello and welcome to the sixth video lecture of Sales and Retail Management Semester 6 Model number 1. In today's video lecture we shall continue with where we had left off in a previous video lecture, that is classification of retailers. In a previous video lecture we had seen about classification of retailers based upon amount of service and based upon product lines, that is the various product lines that they carry. So based upon amount of service, we have seen that retailers are classified as self-service retailers, limited service retailers, and full service retailers. Based upon product lines, retailers can be classified, or retail stores can be classified as specialty stores, departmental stores, supermarkets, convenience stores, hypermarkets, or category killers. In today's video lecture, we shall move little ahead and see what are the various different classifications again of uh, these retailers. So now based upon relative prices, we have two different classification, that is based upon the MRPs, or based upon the prices that they set, or based upon the pricing strategies that they follow. So they are classified as discount stores or off price retailers. Now what are discount stores? As the name suggests, discount stores are stores which provide discounts, and maybe sometimes on an everyday basis. So generally these are low margins, they have low margins, and their low margins are offsetted by high volume, that is their high turnover. You might have seen, for example, Big Bazaar, or this Walmart or D-Mart. So all these big stores, what they do is they have very huge turnover. The amount of turnover that is there is very huge, and the margins that they keep is very less. This, because they keep very low margins, the MRP is less, and hence people, that is their customers, get discount on every product. uh, Now low margins are there, high turnover is there, hence these discount stores also earn good profit. Now, what are off-price retailers? Off-price retailers are further classified into factory outlets and warehouse clubs. So, off-price retailers, if we want to see what are these off-price retailers are those retail stores which sell high-quality products itself, but at lesser price. Now, a question comes: how do these off-price retailers sell high-quality products at lesser price? That is, these generally sell factory seconds, or sometimes even they sell second hand products, or they may sell off season items, that is those items where whose season is not there. Hence they get or purchase this item from the wholesalers at lesser price, and they sell off at less price again to the customers, and they earn profit. The two classifications, that is two types of off price retailers, are factory outlets and warehouse clubs. Now these factory outlets, for example, you might have seen various brand stores like Levi Strauss, Reebok, Jockey. All these stores are factory outlets, that is the brand itself owns the stores. On the other hand, we have warehouse clubs like Sam's Club, Costco. In India, this type of warehouse clubs are not been seen too much, but Reliance these days are trying to come up with this type of warehouse clubs. So this is in very initial phase. So these are the classification based upon the relative prices, that is where discount stores and off-price retailers. Off-price retailers are further classified into factory outlets and warehouse clubs. Now lastly, the last type of classification is based upon the organizational approach or the organizational setup. So based upon this, this retail outlets can be classified as corporate chain stores. For example, these are commonly owned or controlled by the same management, and these have a very corporate approach, and there will be a huge chain, that is various branches will be there in various locations of the country. Example, Big Bazaar, you can see Big Bazaar outlet in nearly every city, every big city. And then Reliance Fresh, More, all these are corporate chain stores. Then we have voluntary chains. These are generally voluntary organizations backed by wholesalers. So wholesalers sponsor these groups of independent retailers and try to create voluntary chains of retailers, and these are nothing but voluntary chains. These are generally set up by wholesalers when they are preparing or developing their distribution channel. Then comes our retail cooperatives. We might have seen many retail cooperative societies which work for this kind of retail business. Groups of independent retailers who buy in bulk and sell to the ultimate customers come under these kind of uh, retail cooperatives. An essential point here is they should be cooperative, that is cooperative society generally. Then comes franchisee organization. These are based on a union, something unique like a franchisee and a franchisor relationship that exists between the two. Generally, for example, you can see McDonald's, Domino's, Subways, all these are example of franchisee. There is a legal agreement between the brand owner and the person who is going to operate the store. And in what happens is the person who is gonna operate the store gets the legal right to use the brand name, and all the various training and material will be provided by the company itself, that is the brand owner. And this way the person who is gonna operate the store, also known as a franchisee, is gets profit and business, as many people come to purchase items from a well-known brand rather than from a new brand. So they get lot of footfalls. On the other hand, they have to pay franchisee money or kind of a rent for using the brand name and their methods and processes to the franchisor, that is the owner of the brand. For example, McDonald's, they that is an example of franchisee model. And lastly, we have merchandising conglomerates. These are diversified retailing lines and forms under central ownership. So there is a central ownership for this. The same management will be managing different retailing lines across the country, and generally these are diversified retail lines. For example, you may they these kind of stores may have an electronic stores, then they may also have a grocery stores, they may also have a medical store, and so on. So different type of retailing lines and forms will be there under the same ownership, that is the central ownership. So with this we end today's lecture. This is all about classification of retailing. If you have any doubt, you can always contact us.